Hey there. I want to show you guys an easy way to convert units. Now, I'm going to start off pretty simple with just going like feet to inches and ounces to pounds. And I know those seem pretty easy, and you probably wouldn't need to use this process in order to do something simple like that. But this is more or less just to kind of establish the method, and I'll have some videos here in the future to show how to use this simple process for more complicated conversions, like maybe converting rates and different things like that that won't be as simple to do in your head. So let's just start with one here, and I'll show you this easy converting process. Let's say we got 6.5 feet, and we want to convert that to question mark inches. Okay, so here's what I like to show people. Anytime you're converting, okay, so we're converting 6.5 feet in this case to whatever other units, in this case it's inches, always take whatever you're given, in this case we're given 6.5 feet, take what you're given, write it down, and make it into a quick fraction. So you can make anything into a quick fraction just by calling it over 1. Okay, so we took what we were given, we make it into a quick fraction, and we utilize unit canceling. Okay, so the only way that we can cancel units is by multiplying fractions. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to always multiply anytime we want to cancel out units, and we're going to multiply what we're given by another fraction, and sometimes multiple fractions, but we'll only need one in this case. We're going to multiply by another fraction, and what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get rid of feet. We're trying to mathematically cancel feet out to make feet disappear and turn feet into inches. So when you're using unit canceling and you're multiplying fractions, okay, wherever feet are, in this case it's on top, we can only get feet to cancel out on bottom. So we're creating this over here. Okay, this is going to be our conversion factor, and we are creating this, and it has to be true. It can't be false. It has to be true. Okay, but we're going to kind of fill in the units where we need them. So if we want to get feet to cancel out, we're going to put feet on bottom. Okay, now we have to relate feet to something else. We could relate feet to lots of other things. We could relate feet to yards. We could relate feet to inches. We could relate feet to miles. We could even go to the metric system. We could relate feet to maybe meters or centimeters. But this conversion has to be true. Now, most of us know the relationship between feet to inches, and if you didn't know, maybe we need to get a conversion chart or something like that, right? But the feet to inches relationship, let's just go straight to inches. So let's relate feet to inches. So we're filling this in, right? We're creating this, and it has to be true. And there's many relationships we could use here. I could put 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches. I could put 2 feet would be equivalent to 24 inches. This just has to be true, and it will spit out the right answer for us. Let's just use the common conversion that we're used to seeing. 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches. Okay, now if we run the math on that, okay, fraction times a fraction, anything that's on top that's the same as on bottom, we can cancel those out, right? Feet divided by feet equals 1. So what happens here is feet units cancel out, and then when we multiply our fractions, which is easy, we multiply tops and we multiply our bottoms. What this is going to give us is we multiply our tops. So we're going to take 6.5 and multiply it by 12, and that's going to give us the number 78. And then we're left with inches times 1, right? Feet cancel out, and that just leaves us with little ones here. So inches times 1 leaves us with inches on top over 1 times 1 on bottom, and feet times nothing else, right? It's just going to give us nothing on bottom. Actually, sorry, feet canceled out, and we're left with ones here, right? So the only thing on bottom that we have is just the number 1 times 1. The feet's canceled out, so we have no units on bottom. So our final answer is just 78 inches over 1, which we could shorten that to be a little bit nicer as just 78 inches. There we go. I know that's pretty simple. Some people might say, oh, well, all we need to do is multiply by 12, but this is building the foundation for how to cancel any units, even when it gets pretty complicated, right? So let's try another one. Just practicing this unit canceling process, okay? Let's try another one. Let's say we got, let's say we're going to start with 56 ounces, and we want to turn that into, let's say, question mark pounds. I'll just say lbs. Okay, well, let's do this again. Let's start with what we're given. So here's what we're given, 56 ounces, and always keep your units in there too, okay? We want to see those units in our fraction. Take what you're given, make it into a fraction, and always start multiplying. Okay, so anytime we want to cancel, we're going to start multiplying. So let's multiply by a new fraction. Now, let's see if you can think ahead here, all right? We want to get rid of ounces, right? We want to turn them into pounds. So in our conversion factor that we're creating here, where do ounces need to go, on top or on bottom, so that they'll cancel out? If they're already on top here, and we put them on top here, ounces are not going to cancel, right? On top only cancels with on bottom. So we know we have to put ounces on bottom here. Now we decide what we want to relate ounces to. We could relate ounces to lots of things. We want pounds. Do we know the relationship between ounces to pounds? Well, most of us do. If you don't, maybe you get a conversion chart, right? But I know ounces to pounds relationship, okay? 1 pound is equivalent, right, per every, we got 16 ounces, all right? And so let's go ahead and look at how our units work out here, okay? Ounces on top, ounces on bottom, as long as we're multiplying in between, they're going to cancel, right? So they turn into little ones, they disappear. And we're left with pounds on top. And that's what we want. We want an answer in pounds on top. So let's just go ahead and multiply our two fractions, right? So we got 56 times 1 on top, which is going to give us 56. And we got pounds left on top over 1 times 16 in this case. So it gives us 16 on bottom. And the ounces are gone, right? Turn into little ones, so we don't have units on bottom. And let's go ahead and finish working that out, right? So we're going to go ahead and take 56 divided by 16, and we'll turn that into a nice decimal answer of 3.5 pounds. And there we go. We just ran the conversion. We took 56 ounces and turned them into 3.5 pounds. These are equivalent. 56 ounces is equivalent to 3.5 pounds. Using this canceling out process gives us a structure of how to always go through a conversion process, right? Take what you're given, start multiplying, right, and cancel out our units. This is kind of a basic level, and I'm going to make some more videos in the future on more complicated conversions, but it starts right here. If you can get this down, this is the foundation. So I hope you enjoyed the unit conversions.